All right, we are here on Ustream. We've got all kinds of streams going, video streams. We got chats. We got Twitter. We got Facebook. We got it all going on at hurricanesports.com, and a small plug for WQAM.com, the flagship station for the Miami Hurricanes. You got to dial. You have 560, #1 preset on the AM dial.
Okay.
When you get in your car after this at about midnight.
Make sure I do that. I normally don't listen to the AM station, but I'll do it.
Well, that's where the games are. Well,
okay.
you'll be busy on game day. Coach Richardson just spent some extended time with Don Bailey Jr. So we'll try and mix it up the best we can. One thing about Kevin Grooms, I know you guys talked about him, and
right.
You said you were primarily on him, a kid from this area, and you're from this area. But I had a chance to talk to him as well, and the one thing that stood out to me, which has stood out with some other guys I spoke to, is one of the last things he said was, "I hate to lose." So forget the ball skills
right.
and the athletic ability. The mentality has got to fit right into.
Exactly. Earlier I mentioned that Kevin's, he's 5'10", probably 170 pounds, but he's got the mentality of a middle linebacker. I mean, he's a little fire plug. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I'm excited about him.
Well, I'd imagine when you see him play, because of all the different things he can do, that it's not too hard to get overly excited about him.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, he's a kid that can do a lot of different things for you. We have yet decided what we're going to do.
Well, I just want you to know we had Coach Paul Williams in here a little earlier.
Everybody.
He's got both hands in the cookie jar. So you and him might have to go outside to figure out what position he's going to play.
You know what? Whatever best serves the team.
There we go.
I'm a team guy, so whatever best serves the team.
No, because he got first dibs. He got first dibs, so he put the claim in first.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are taking questions here. You can go on the hurricanesports.com. Questions for all the coaches, as you can tell. One's coming in here, and we're just on the spot.
Okay.
There's no pre-packaging. We have not pre-prepped Mr. Richardson here, so we're going at it. From Carolina Kane, we're all over. We're nationwide here.
Okay.
That's what social networking can do. Storm Johnson.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to watch him at all? Because the question is, talk about his tools and playing time. We might be getting a little ahead of ourselves, but with just any interaction you've had with Storm, your conversation with him, what you can tell us just from I know it's been a short window since you've been down here.
But right now, just on our one-on-ones conversation, Storm is a very intense young man. Football is very important to him. He has a high competitive spirit. I know last year he didn't receive, a lot of carries. Had a chance to watch him on film, and he's a very talented young man. Good strength running the football, excellent quickness, good top end speed. So he's somebody I'm excited about. Really get being able to work with and kind of improving on what's already good.
I think it's I wish we had Joe Z here for this one, because his mind is like human. He doesn't forget a thing.
Right.
It was either Virginia Tech or South Florida.
South Florida.
There was
the long run.
There was a special run. There was good film to watch on Storm Johnson.
South Florida.
As a running back coach, you got to be excited when you see a guy house it like that.
Yeah. On an isolation play. So.
We are late breaking information. Another official Miami Hurricane going to wear the orange and green. Jalen Grimble from Las Vegas. We get a thumbs up. Hey, defensive lineman still gets a thumbs up. Hey, we're all in.
Hey, he's a good player. Hey.
He's a good. That's all you got to wait.
Player.
Hey, one of the things I think, and we're going a little bit bouncing all over the place, but you spend time in the Northeast, but you're from down here.
Yes,
but
sir.
you also look at other aspects of the coaching staff, and I think one of the interesting things, unique things, one of the things that Coach Golden talked about is obviously you have a great backyard here to recruit out of, but to go up into the Northeast or go out west and to bring in a kid from Las Vegas. I'm going to go off the top of my head, not too many from Las Vegas have put on the orange and green, but to be able to have that national footprint to recruit has got to it just gives you guys more in the talent pool.
Oh, exactly. I mean, obviously, if there's a top national player out there, I mean, we'll do ourselves an injustice if he wants to come and we turn him down. We want to get the best of the best, here in our program, and obviously our focus is down here. We want to take care of home, but at the same time, I mean,
welcome, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Jalen, you remember the family.
Exactly. We want to get the best of the best.
Well, Joe and Don will be talking more about the latest commitment for the University of Miami. Jalen Grimble, defensive end from Las Vegas. I'm sure pretty soon we'll have some highlight footage up on hurricanesports.com in the bio. Let's get back to the running back position. BJ from the 305. We're going to get to some of the current guys on the roster.
Okay.
Two of the top three running backs returning. I don't think any coach doesn't get excited about competition. So how excited will you be? Just thinking ahead to spring ball, how excited does that make you feel? How excited to make you do you get knowing that you've got a nice stable coming back, and
right.
then you're gonna insert some fresh blood as well come fall.
Well, having depth is always important because it's a very physical game. Injuries, do happen. We're talking about being very diverse from an offensive standpoint. So, the more tools you have, the better off you'll be. So, from a running back coach standpoint, I'm very excited about having all those guys. I can't have enough.
Well, it's funny. I don't think you find a coach in my time of being down here, whether it was Don Solinger or even Randy, at that position especially, because guys get banged up and injuries happen, and people would always ask, "What about this guy?" Hey, you just never know. You never know. You can never have depth, and everybody's got to be ready.
Exactly. I mean, I've had experience in my coaching career where I was playing with the fifth string tailback, and he probably was like the eighth string wide receiver. A versatile guy. His first start, he'd go for 166 yards on NC State. So you never know, and you got to be ready.
What about in terms of you're talking with putting a new staff together on the offensive side of the football, defensive side, a little more continuity in terms of everyone coming from most of the guys coming in with Coach Golden and offensive. We've got a couple guys, Coach Fish and Coach Kehoe coming back, and you. And we talked to Coach McDonald. Just getting you guys all in a room for the first time. What's that like? And you guys, the idea chain starts flowing, and Coach Fish is telling you about sort of his bigger picture. Philosophies and the play. You bust open the playbook and without giving away the plays. What get you fired up?
Well, I think from day one, I mean, we've all been on the same page. Coach Fish, he's a very knowledgeable coach, and there's a lot of other coaches. Coach McDonald, Coach Kehoe, myself, Brennan. We're all very knowledgeable. So we all know the X's and O's, and under his guidance, we're gonna put it all together and put a good product out on the field.
There you go. How many? Did you know how many of these guys did you? How many of these guys did you know any of the coaches that are on the staff? Prior to getting. I know you guys. I'll make over. If you put in enough time coaching in college football and recruiting, you guys see enough of each other, even if you're not on the same staff.
I've met Coach McDonald on a couple of occasions. Recruiting down here. He was recruiting for Western Michigan and also from Minnesota when he was there, and he also had when he was with the Cleveland Browns, we had a receiver that was drafted. When I was at my previous institution, we had a receiver that was drafted in the 4th round. He was coming by to work out, and we sat down and we talked in my office for about an hour. So I know him from a personal standpoint, and the other coaches I know of, and they have very good reputations.
Coach Kehoe's pretty tame, isn't he?
No comment.
We're starting to bolster. We got names. Names are flying in now, Coach Richardson. We're working on special teams. We got a fresh punter and a fresh kicker. We got Dalton Botts and Matt Godis, both from, I believe, from California.
Right.
So now we're infiltrating. We never want to overlook. Coaches say it's 3 phases.
Right.
And it really is 3 phases.
Without a doubt. Those guys are very important. They can help you win, and obviously they can help you lose a football game, but we're not going to focus on that.
No.
These guys can very well help you win a football game. So
we got 2 more. So you're like the good luck charm.
Huh?
You sit in this room.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. They don't need you back there. I just keep on bringing you good news.
That's good. That's excellent.
Hey, we do have a question. Orlando Kane wants to know the best running back you've ever coached.
The best running back I ever coached would have to be,
I don't want to write now.
Don't get upset. It have to be Donald Brown. I mean, he's the most decorated guy. He led the nation in rushing. He was a first-round draft choice. He was a guy that, to me, he brought the total package from a physical standpoint, a mental standpoint, and just really from a character standpoint. And even his work ethic. I mean. So I would have to say him. To someone, gets drafted higher or surpass, what he did from a stat standpoint, it would have to be him.
All right, before we go back inside to Joe Zagacki and Don Bailey Jr., have you spoke to him? And the only reason I ask this is I wonder if you have, what he has to say about what it's like to play with Peyton Manning.
When he first got there, obviously it was a new system. Peyton is very intense, very demanding, and Don, it wasn't a tough adjustment for him because of his intelligence. He's a very intelligent football player. So, he said nothing but positive things.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one last thing. Intelligence.
Right.
Football intelligence, general intelligence.
Right.
When you're coaching guys who get it,
Right.
how much more you can accomplish,
Right.
how much better it is, the more things you can put in whatever the case might be.
Right.
When you have guys that pick things up,
Right.
get it, understand the game,
Right.
what that as much as, hey, Kevin Grooms is an athlete and he's quick, or this guy has great hands, that's a component, right, to making a very very good football player.
Right. See, the thing is, when you can teach a guy something and he gets it and he understands it, then you can move on to the next thing. I mean, it's an ever developing process. If you got a guy, maybe he's stuck, in one spot, he can never evolve. So I think it's very important that they get it right away so you can move on to the next thing.
Now, Don might have mentioned this because I know there are certain aspects. We've been working together a long time.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain aspects of the game I know he likes, and I know when it comes to your position, blitz pickup.
No.
Right?
Yeah. So, like I say, 70%, heart, all right, 30% technique. And then, obviously you got to know what you're doing. You got to know and understand your assignments, that's an important thing. But as long as you have heart and you're willing to do it and you buy into doing it, it's not an issue.
All right, we're going to go back inside, Coach Richardson. We appreciate the time. Thank you very
you.
much. Congratulations. It's been fun. Too bad we didn't.
Right.
I thought we were going to get another name in here at the last minute. My good luck charm is taking off on me. We're going to go back inside. Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr., all access, all day, maybe even all night. Who knows? The big party at Monty's tonight. But Joe and even Don, I don't know. Joe and Don back in the EJ room. Special teams. We got a kicker. We got a punter. Guys, take it away with a little more information. And keep up that depth chart.